The Tan, right? Late game, I completely forgot about that.
But that would be more magic
There would be
damage.
more magic damage. Oh, the options are a bit limited. So yeah, Moskov and Arlet.
Yeah, so I like this Rrq draft a lot. Arlet, Aurora, Hylos is...
Oh, wait, what did we say about dealing with a joy? Franco is your worst nightmare. Who I have been able to, manage the entire game until he decided to sell his items and start building full damage. So every bloody hunt is a one-shot.
I definitely have experienced damage, Franco.
You have no idea how much I hate my life.
That is something that we see in pubs quite a lot. I also don't like it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I do that.
I do not do that. I cannot land hooks.
So you just flicker, bloody hunt.
Well, I only have so much, but Louise also only has so much. Vengeance already used early on. 1v4, easy first blood for Joe.
You see, Louise, first of all, you are not invincible. You're tanky, but not invincible. Second of all, he has Vengeance, so you don't regen health. Which is pretty weird, because the rest of Rrq Akira weren't even there.
I feel like Revitalize is still kind of better for Hylos anyway, though. Like, I get Vengeance, lets you tank a lot of damage, but Revitalize, I feel like, is even more effective. So, an interesting choice being made here by Louise. A First Blood, not too big of a deal for now, but another hook going to land on Louise, right into the taunt, and another 4-man gank!
What? Wait, did he just stand in front of a Franco?
A little bit.
Huh. You say you are bad at hooking people, but I guess if your target is stationary...
Is it really even stationary? I don't even know. I feel like his positioning was a bit strange, but well played on Gnart there. We are literally speechless right now, guys. We don't know what to feel, but Luis will avoid the Blade Surge. Daylight versus Gusta, so close! Gusta actually has the flicker out, so Daylight kind of wins that. Vengeance used early. A beautiful final slash into the Avatar Guardian, but Turtle still secured by Joe, and he walks away fine.
Man, this Hehe is such a menace as he walks into Rrq Akira and casually uses their ultimate to reposition and survive. The Legion Esports starting off on the right foot already. This Hylos is not even level 4 yet, which means now Nart can start moving because he has Bloody Hunt.
So you know that quote from Gusta? Now it's aged badly because the early game from Legion, Bloody Hunt finds Louise once again into the Bennett's Rage. Gnart, another kill on the Hylos. Louise still only level 3.
Aged like spoiled milk, if I ever seen one.
Uh-oh, King, he's in the rock. Why did you come here? Your rogue just died here.
You know, if you tell me that Game 1 and Game 2 will play by the same team, I would not believe you. It's very, very contrasting. And not in a good way if you are Rrq Akira. But this was not the Rrq Akira we saw yesterday. In fact, I say go back to the drawing board. They have not come back from the drawing board.
I think they're still drawing. That's the problem. If anyone in the chat doubted us, so the many times we said that Rrq Akira has been inconsistent recently, I think this is a very good example of what we mean, right?
I don't know. I feel like if you are Joy right now, you are fuming because there's nothing for you. Top side jungle is gone. They lost the top tier 1 in under 4 minutes. That's before turtle number 2. And now your Arlet has to babysit the Joy, and the Hylos is just starving. I'm gonna check in on what the Hylos has. Guess what? Only boots. It doesn't even have the first, half component for an item.
You could say that this does not spark joy for Rrq Akira right now.
Marie Kondo is not impressed.
Yep, 4K gold lead, 4 minutes into the game, 4 kills for Legion Esports. 4 may be an unlucky number for us, Husky, but it sure looks good for Legion right now.
Good lord. Usually I would say that if you are the Hylos in such a vulnerable position, maybe the Elegant Gem is not too bad of an option. At least you get that extra regen, You can only tank so much damage with Vengeance proportionate to your health bar, and if you don't have health bar, then it really doesn't matter.
At least you can get hooked elegantly, right?
I mean, sure, but when that happens, I prefer to survive the encounter.
Maybe so. Gustato actually getting quite a lot of gold up here. They're gonna trade gold shields in the top and bottom lane, so Daylight keeping up, still having the 1k 4K gold lead, nearly taking out the tower by himself, actually. Rrq Akira has been forced into such a defensive style of play that they can only move together. And now Gusta actually in trouble, getting caught out, has to jump away from Meow. Glorious Pathway, final slash misses completely.
All right, that's the retreat right there. Another first item Malefic gun, this time is by Daylight. You can see that he's out of range of the turret.
Oh, the bloody hunt, they found the joy, and there he goes, blown up into a hook on Tekashi. Gnard showing us how Franco is meant to be played, and finishes off Sagan at the same time.
That is the Hookmeister right there from Vietnam. Legion Esports delivering on a silver platter. We both agree that, okay, you are a joy, sure, Franco is a counter, but you gotta wait it out. Well, King didn't even bother waiting, ran straight at Franco, thinking that Daylight will be a target.
Ah, such a mistake there. You see Daylight, yes, that is a good target for you, but your team hasn't scouted the area out yet. You cannot be jumping the gun. It is the same mistakes from game 1.
Oh, you see Daylight, but Nart puts you to bed, so it's forced nap time. You're grounded. You're grounded if you're a Joy. Level 9, 0 and 2, you're running the temporal range, so you're looking to fight early, but now that window has completely closed thanks to this monstrous lead that Legion Esports has. 6k gold lead, 6 minutes into the game, 6-0. They can spin the lottery wheel after this.
Yeah, Daylight is getting accelerated so much, and now King, unfortunately the opposite. He's decelerating, getting pulled back a depth. Meow doesn't even mind standing in front. Free Turtle, Legion Esports is playing the entire map.
You know what, I say that the Joy is not that easy to catch, but now I look back and I'm like, okay, it's pretty... King isn't hitting his second ability. Unfortunately, he isn't hitting the tempo of his dash as well, but now it's just a complete disaster. This Joy, as much as I would like to say, still has a chance of recovering. I don't see that angle. Moskov needs a lot more time. He's gonna get a recall back. Thank goodness. If he got found out, Joe would have easily gotten a solo kill.
King has the same amount of farm as Gnard right now, so that's not good, because Joy recently has shifted more into a late game hero, so this slows him down heavily. But if Rrq were able to delay the game another 10 minutes or so, they can actually even things up against Legion. So now is a demonstration of how good the Vietnamese team can push their advantage.
I'm waiting to see if there's going to be any fight
final
there.
flash. They found one Daylight actually, but he's able to flicker out. Glorious Pathway actually keeping Legion in place, but they found King again! Gustav though lands the Spear of Destruction, so trades 1-for-1 with Daylight. That's the interesting flicker, but it's fine as long as he gets out.
I think it's a well-spent flicker because he's aware that he's afraid that Legion Esports might catch up to him, right? But that flicker guarantees enough distance to safely recall. Could shut down onto Daylight. It's going to be quite a decent injection because if you are Gusta Lagusta, you're looking for your Holy Trinity, and he's still on road to get that Holy Trinity at a decent timing. So all things considered, not too bad for Rrq Akira. I was about to say prior to that fight that it's an early call, but it feels like checkmate. But apparently not. Rrq Akira found some breath of life. All they need to remember is that they have what it takes to jump Legion Esports. Tekashi is going to be the one to make it happen. They just need to trust him.
It does mean that they have to shift their scaling a little bit on its head. They have to use Gusta's timing to create space for King instead of the other way around. And if they're able to achieve that, then they can actually become quite a threat later on, because Gnard can only lock down one person. So if the Bloody Hunt gets used on the wrong target, Rrq Akira can still run them down.
This lord is going to be guaranteed for Legion Esports. And now it's about dealing damage to Rrq Akira. They've done a decent job in stalling that game out, you know, and finally kind of plateauing that gold growth that Legion Esports have been getting the entire game. So they've been able to slow down the snowball a little bit, right? They got some snow plows, they pushed away the incoming avalanche, but it's not done just yet. There's still the tremors, the aftershock of what happened in the first 7 minutes of the game. Rrq Akira needs to keep the inhibitors alive, all of them.
The more towers they can keep, the better it will be for them to prolong the game. Legion not going to let that happen though. This is a Beatrix we're talking about. The ability to just whittle down towers from afar is unparalleled.
her for sure. Gusta.
Oh, the stun! Did he hit anything?
He
He
did!
did! He landed on Gnard! But Gnard got the hook! Flicker! Bloody Hunt still connects! Passive popped on Sagan. Meow jumps in, gets pushed into the towers by the final slash. He's in some trouble, but hey, is there to zone him out. Daylight finishing off the mid inhibitor, and they find Luis. He's gone. Double kill for Daylight. Legion are pushing straight in. They are 5v3 currently. Gonna take both top and bottom inhibitors at the same time. That's gonna be a lot of minions for Rrq Akira to clear up since they want to keep themselves in this.
Oh.
A final slash lands on all members of Legion, but they have so much burst damage. Daylight goes straight for the crystal, and in an upset, it will be Legion Esports